Hey guys, it's Claire Aiken, the Fiddle Leaf Fig girl, and today I want to tell you a sad story, how to give your Fiddle Leaf Fig root rot, what not to do. I accidentally gave this beautiful, healthy plant root rot because I did everything wrong. And I'll tell you exactly what I did in this video. So the first thing I did is I made an abrupt change in lighting to this plant. So I took it from out on my patio where it got a lot of light to inside my office where there's only one small window. So that could have given it root rot on its own. That was a terrible idea, but I was in a hurry after we filmed the videos about notching, and it is branching some new branches where we notched it. So that was good. But I changed the lighting from super bright to super dark. The next thing I did is I completely overwatered it. It wasn't time to water, but I was about to go on a trip for about 3 weeks, so I just really soaked it in water even though it was already wet, and then changed the light. Those two things in combination absolutely will cause root rot in a Fiddle Leaf Fig. Oh no. So you can see it's pretty sad. You know, there's some root rot coming in from the outside of the leaves. There's some on this big leaf, there's some on this one. There's even a spot here, there's some spots here. So I did a pretty good job of ruining this beautiful, healthy plant. Now I feel bad. Let me talk about a few of the other things I did. One thing that I've done with this plant that I'm gonna fix today is it's dirty. You know, it has dust all over it. I haven't cleaned it in a long time. That keeps it from absorbing enough light. So the change in light from a lot of bright light to not a lot of light could have been softened if I had cleaned all the leaves so that it could absorb as much light as possible, but I didn't do that. The other thing I did was I didn't treat it. So I saw a little bit of root rot coming in, and then I kind of just was in denial and crossed my fingers that it would stop, but it didn't. If I had treated it with our root supplement, as soon as I saw the first brown spots, it would have stopped the root rot in its tracks, and it would have you know, prevented all of this damage. So I really should have done that. What I did was just kind of stick my head in the sand and pretend it wasn't happening, which is not the right thing to do. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, the thing that I did is I got cocky. I thought that I could have my plant survive any condition changes because it is a pretty healthy plant and it was planted well. So the thing that I've done is up until about here, it has our houseplant smart gravel, which creates a lot of drainage here. And then it has our Fiddle Leaf Fig soil, which is a very light porous soil. So I was a little bit cocky with its conditions of being healthy, having been fed the proper food, just being a very solid plant that was potted correctly, that I could overwater it and take away all of its light and ignore it, and that it would still be healthy, but that's not the case. I should have held back on the watering. I should have taken it back to its home where it gets a lot of light. I should have cleaned the leaves. And if I noticed any root rot, I should have used our root supplement immediately to prevent all this damage, because this damage will never recover. Like, these leaves are shot. Now I need to grow new growth. I need to clip off some of these damaged leaves. I do think it's at a stable point now where it's not spreading anymore, but it's gonna take probably 6 months or a year to really recover, where I can remove the damaged leaves, have enough new growth where I can remove the damaged leaves and it'll look great again. So I feel really bad for this plant, but this is a great example of what not to do. And I think with root rot, people are always looking for one thing, like, what is it? Is it the light? Is it the water? Is it the, you know, the soil? It's usually like a lot of little things, and you know, just sort of piling on these bad conditions, the dirty leaves, too much water, not enough light, ignoring things, sticking your head in the sand when you should take action and either repot it or treat it with a root supplement and try to, you know, clean the leaves and try to fix the condition. So I hope this is helpful telling you what not to do, and I will save this plant. It's gonna be okay. It's not in too bad a shape. I'm just going to clean the leaves. I'm gonna take it back to my patio and I'm gonna give it some love. And that is something that plants, you know, need, is they need somebody who cares about them. And I neglected my plant, and I'm sorry. So if this video is helpful, please give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.